Well, hello, and happy Sunday, everyone. Happy August 6th, 2023. Welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck, a mom and a wife. And I'm super excited to be here with you today. Although going forward, there's a different title that I will be sharing, and I thought to share that today, but I'm so used to what I do say. So next time. Anyway, welcome. If you are here watching for the very first time, please do me a favor, share out the show, like, and comment below. Let me know what you like about the show. Let me know if you have comments, whatever it is, but share it out. Remember, if you had missed an episode, you can always come back and watch on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, of course, YouTube, and of course, right here. If you missed the last episode, which actually was live on July 23rd, you can go back and check out that show with the amazing James. He's our Hawaiian healer. So definitely go back and check him out because it was definitely a conversation worth wanting to watch. So please go ahead and watch that later on today. In any case, again, remember, share, like, and comment on today's show because I do go back and listen and look at the comments. I do see some of the comments right now, so I'm just going to take a minute and say hello to everyone who is here, such as Cheryl, and hello. Thank you for joining us today, joining me for right now. Let me get started. It's been a little while. Now that I'm only coming on twice a month, it seems like forever since I've been here with you guys, and let you know I do miss you. As you can tell, my background's a little different than usual. There's so much new going on in my life right now. I can't even begin to tell you all the new things that are taking place for me at this very moment. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to shout out to all my amazing partners that help the show run week after week or bi-weekly. We're going to start off, as I just said, the previous guest that was here with us 2 weeks ago, which is James, our native Hawaiian healer. Then we have Joe Mockman, our shamanic healing practitioner and wellness advocate. There is a flyer with this information. Feel free to check it out. CJ Lopez, our host and publisher of the Author Sports podcast and magazine. Kitty Foss and Amy Martin, the host of The Intuition of the Soul. Tammy Moses, she's the founder and chief encouragement officer and the host of Hoarding Solutions. Rich Parsons, he's the founder and chief editor of Your Success magazine. And last but not least, who's our guest for today, Deborah Beatty. She's our badass color mystic, and she's got so much more going on in her life, and we'll share more about that later. In any case, like I said, super excited to be here with each and every one of you. What's going on in your world right now? I know there's lots going on in my world. And what I would like to share with you right off the bat is a little bit of the energy that's taking place at this very time. We are less than 48 hours away from this amazing what is known as the Lionsgate 8/8 portal activation. And what does that actually mean for every one of us? Well, it means it opens up our powerful windows for manifestation, awakening, and increases your ability of abundance. There's so much more that takes place with this energy, and we started feeling this energy going way back to July 7th of 2023, known as the 777 portal. And with that energy, many of us are experiencing such interesting situations, shall we call it, such as perhaps physical symptoms in our bodies, because again, remembering that portal we had on 2323, which activated our 23 chromosomes and sort of realigned our DNA. So our physical symptoms are showing up, reminding us to take time to pay attention to the messages that might be showing up in your body and what it actually means for you. As our body's always talking to us, our bodies are always bringing some amazing messages on board for us to get a better understanding of who we are. So pay attention to what is going on with your body right now as you are experiencing some major activations. Who you were back in July is not who you're going to be this month, in the month of August. So there's a powerful energy. So please make sure you schedule time to rest, Schedule time to move your body, schedule time to hydrate. Hydration is a major part of this. You must hydrate, making sure you get in the water in that you need to get in so your body can very well go through this activation that you're going to be experiencing. Whether or not you are conscious of it or not, doesn't matter. We're all going to be experiencing this activation. Every one of us are experiencing a different vibration, a different frequency, a different dimension for that matter. Every one of us, no one's excluded from this amazing activation of the 8-8. So please honor your body during this time, honor this Lionsgate activation. There's so much more to this Lionsgate activation than I can possibly even share with you in this time that I have with you for today. But please stay tuned for other live streams that I do with myself, my great partner, Kitty Foss. She and I come together and we share some amazing information with you. She shares a lot as well, so please pay attention. Take note of what's going to be going on over the next 48 hours. And do note that this activation is not just for the one day. This is an ongoing activation that we are going to experience right through 2024, 2025, 2026, and perhaps even longer than that. Again, who you were is not who you're becoming. We are all transforming in so many ways. What I like to do is help you with this energy by pulling a card and giving you some insight to what one chakra you can work on over the next 48 hours so you can be more aligned to this amazing energy that we have coming through. So let's see the card for today. I love it. Higher education. And that makes so much sense when we think about higher education. It's about the higher wisdom. It's about learning to balance your ego and your spiritual wisdom. Understanding that our ego is just as important as our spiritual wisdom is. In fact, when we learn how to work with the two, it's a powerful tool to have. The chakra here is the high heart. So this is about being compassionate to yourself and also being compassionate to others. Bring joy everywhere you go. Because as long as you're bringing joy everywhere you go, it's going to be a joyful experience. That number 3, 6. 3, about communication, creating, and collaborating. I've been saying that for a really long time now, and that's exactly what it is. That 6 energy so perfectly aligned with this amazing energy that we are in about resetting your body system, healing, nurturing, and taking care of your home, which is your body, your career, and of course, your shelter that you live in. Works out to be a 9 energy. So we're all going through a transformation, aren't we? We are all working on ending things, completing projects, and letting go of what no longer serves who we are. Whether we are doing it consciously or not, doesn't matter. And if you're having a challenging time where you're trying to hold on to something that really is outdated, know that the universe is going to step in and take it away. So it's always best to do it on your own. Transformation is the key. So that's the card for today. Work on your high heart, be in this amazing energy, and start asking yourself, what project can I complete today? What can I put a period at the end of the sentence to end something today? After all, transformation is definitely a part of your evolution. That's what I have for you for now, guys. What we're going to do is I'm going to take a quick commercial break, give you a little time to get some water, give you some time to get some water. And remember, if you've missed an episode, you can always go back and watch on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, and so much more. So know to do that later. I'm going to take that quick commercial break, and I'll be right back.
What do you think is the biggest hurdle that's holding you back from living the life that you wanted to live, the life of your dreams? Aloha everyone, my name is James Koinui. I'm a native Hawaiian healer. My family goes back in Hawaii over 20 generations, And I work with my ancestors to help you answer that question and any other questions you may have. Reach out to me, james@jamescoinui.com, or you can find me www.jamescoinui.com.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. Super excited to be here with you. Remember, if you're just joining us for this part of the show, remember to share, like, and comment. And you can always catch the earlier part of the show on any of the following platforms: Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, just to name a few. And if you are just tuning in, this is the card of the day. Higher education, which is about your higher wisdom. That 9 is reminding you you are experiencing a transformation, so it's time to let things go, complete a project, end something, and bring joy in everything you do and everywhere you go. Go back and watch from the very beginning to get the full reading of this card. With all that being said, I'd like to introduce my amazing guest, Deborah Beatty, who is the badass color mystic. She should be joining in right about now. I make magic happen. Hello, my dear. How are you today?
I am good. I am good. So good to be back with you.
I'm so glad to have you here. I'm super excited for our conversation for today, especially as you could tell from my walls, there's no color in my wardrobe.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yes, it was quite an interesting morning trying to figure out where the hell was I going to broadcast. I'm like, there's no color.
Miss your orange wall, yeah.
Yes, I do miss my orange wall, and I'm like, I'm going to have to try to get that orange some way or another, whether it's through paint or bringing in some fabrics, one or the other. One or the other, I don't know which way, but it's going to happen. But I definitely was thinking about you all morning. I'm like, oh, goodness gracious. I do need that Friday session. Ask me anything. I know I missed the last Friday that you had for the month of July, but I will be there for the month of August. And if in case our audience has no clue what the hell we're talking about, because we're just talking to each other right now, why don't we start off there? Tell them about your Ask Me Anything live that you offer. Let's start there, and then we'll go into the conversation.
Well, the fourth Friday of the month in my Coloricity group on Facebook, I do an Ask Me Anything call. And I mean, ask me anything. It can be about color. It could be about the coloricity work that I do. It can be about betrayal and the badass work I do. Or it can just be, hey, what's your favorite recipe? I just want to interact and see what's going on out there. And of course, if you can't wait for that, you can always get in touch in between the times too.
Yes, I love that. And thank you for bringing that up, because, hey, I might not be able to wait until the end of August to start asking my questions on how the hell do I bring some color into my space.
Yeah, really I have some ideas, darling. I have some ideas.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So all that being said, the title of our show today, which is an interesting title, living in a grayscale world. So talk to me about that. What the hell does that mean, living in a grayscale world?
Well, especially after COVID, our lives have kind of become meh, just kind of going through the motions. I mean, a lot of people are returning to work. A lot of people are finding new avenues and things like that. But it's get up in the morning, go to work, or do what you have to do every day. Get home, maybe watch some TV, have some dinner, yada, yada, go to bed, rinse and repeat. There's no fire, there's no passion anymore. You look around and everything's in grayscale. And I'm an ex-graphic designer, so, it's like, I wanted to say 50 Shades of Gray, but that has a different connotation. I mean, literally the colors of gray, And when you think about what is gray, gray is a mixture of black and white. And white is a perfect balance of all color, and black is a total absence of color. And you put those two together, and what you get is partial protection energetically, but it's not only coming in, it's also going out. and we are reflections of our world, and our world reflects us. So consequently, if everything that we're looking at and everything that we're experiencing is just kind of middle of the road, unexciting, going along, and just not having that oomph, not having that energy to it, there's a lot of exhaustion out there from going through COVID, going through the quarantine. Our adrenals are exhausted. Everything is exhausted. Our mental faculties are exhausted. I mean, it's like staggering out after hibernation or something. And we just kind of look around and everything seems overwhelming. There's a way that you can get back in touch with your happiness, and your excitement, and it's just, same stuff, different day kind of thing. But that can change. There are ways.
Yes, yes, yeah. And I would think too, especially with the energy we're in right now, where we would want to have more color in our lives versus being in that gray space of like the domain, the like more. So that's the energy I just heard.
Yeah.
More. It's like, and that could be one of the reasons why so many right now are experiencing such what I'm hearing is physical symptoms because it's our body. Our body wants to be in this new, but because we've gotten so used to the last 3 years of just being still, being limited, it's like you said, it's like we're almost afraid to to move into color, to be vivacious, to want to wear that fire energy, to want to wear the bright reds and the orange and the greens and the yellows and whatever blues. Of course, I had to go to the high end of the colors, right? Yes, yes, exactly. So when we think about that in regards to everyone's energies and how do they return? How do they return back into color and get excited again? Like, what does that look like?
Well, the biggest, and this is, I usually do this at the end of our call. I'm giving a tip. Whenever you're doing anything, whether it's in your home, when you're getting ready to go out, when you go outside, take a moment to be really present. Just take 30 seconds. Stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, and let it out slowly and look around and see what's there. Look at the leaves on the trees. Inhale the fragrance of maybe the flower bush that's, 2 yards down and you happen to be downwind. But take just a moment to experience your world and where you are in it. That's the first step. And reawaken yourself and get out of the damned routine that has got you running through the grays.
I love that. I love that. I do love that. What we're going to do before we dive into our next conversation, because the next conversation is a little longer, and rather than getting interrupted by a commercial break, why don't we go and do that commercial break? Let everybody know how they can reach you based on your website information. There's a flyer that has this information on it as well.
Yeah, my website is createdlife.com. You can easily reach me at contact@createdlife.com or on Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm on most of the social medias. So, here I am.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes. Everything you need right in front of you guys. So if you need, and not even this, I would say definitely reach out to Deborah to find out how to get yourself out of your gray state of mind so you can have more color back in your life. So we're going to take that quick commercial break and we'll be back for some more with Deborah.
Are you ready for solutions and connections? If so, I can help. Hi, I'm Tammy Moses, and I help the peripheral people resolve hoarding issues in a holistic way. I would love to connect with you and learn more about how I can help in your unique situation. Please send me an email to thehoardingsolution@gmail.com. I look forward to connecting with you.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm CJ. The Author's Porch is a community where you find good books and good people. We collaborate with services that deliver quality to authors and publish a magazine for authors by authors. Come by, let us feature you or review your book. Coffee is always on, and no matter what time you arrive or where you come from, the porch light is always on.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my guest here, Deborah Reedy, with me, the badass color mystic, and we were chatting about all about living in a grayscale and how to come out of that gray spot and bring more color into your life. So Deborah, I know that this is not a question that was on our panel, so to speak, but I'm kind of curious because, I always connect with spirit, things that show up intuitively. For the month of August, is there a specific color that's associated with the month of August?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Of course you did. I always love putting my guests on the spot. It's just what I do. It's fun. Sorry, Deborah.
Give me 1 second. 6 is...
As she does that, just
It's
think about
violet.
Violet. Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah,
Violet.
especially since violet is the year as well. So
Yes,
we've got double the energy. And, coming up with Lionsgate and everything else in August, which will be, a big opening for a lot of people. Violet is all about getting to the heart of things and having an unanswerable question, why. Asking why, getting an answer and responding with, yeah, but what about, and digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you look around, our whole world is doing that right now, is digging into deeper truths in the medical facility, the medical world. They think that they're a year away from curing cancer, for crying out loud. As a result of the meds that they did for COVID. And somebody's digging deeper there, and politics and world politics and everything else that's going on. And it's all about getting to the heart of things. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And just as you said, the entire world is going to look very different than what we're used to the world looking like. But I'm loving the fact that August is all about violet, and that's the energy's color as well when we think about it. And just before we dive in, I just want to say hello to Kitty that just hopped in. She's saying hi to us, and she's saying, you're good at this, Deborah, me putting you on the spot. So no, never worries. So yeah. So when somebody wears violet this year, what does that, this month, and even this year, what does that do for them if they're actually wearing that color?
One of the things that it'll do is it'll amplify your own energy and your own ability to dig for answers, if you will. There's a softness to violet. It's the upper end of the visible spectrum. And so taking all of the lessons that are learned on the way up, so to speak, is all embodied in Violet as well. And there's let's see what else. Let me pull this bad boy up. The other thing is that there's a quest there's a quest for beauty and peace and tranquility. And so there's a really deep desire. So wearing violet not only will feel calming and empowering to the person that's wearing it, but it'll also give a kick to the people you interact with.
So when you say give a kick to the people you interact with, because you know I'm all about that, talk to me a little bit about that. What would that do when you say give a kick? Is it going to inspire that other person? Is it going to help that other person feel better? What will it do? What's the kick about?
Um, yeah, exactly that. I mean, it'll help them feel more tranquil or more at peace when they're interacting with you. It might fire off their desire to work deeper and learn more about whatever it is you're talking about. It will deepen the quality of the conversation that you're having, and this is kind of where the blue will come in more. But the interactions that you will have will be meaningful and deeper. And because once we are in that state of what I call tranquil grace, there's a lot more that's possible instead of the world constantly hammering at your door and saying you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, and you got to disconnect those gottas. And
Yes, it's almost like the shoulds.
yeah, almost first cousin actually.
Yes,
Should be not tennis, but yeah, it's very very close, and we can have another conversation about my book, Disconnecting Your Autopilot, and all about that stuff another time. But yeah.
yes, yes. So speaking about your book, but that's not where we're going to go with this. In regards to how can getting a natal chart help with the grades? Talk to
Well,
us
for
about
those people, okay. For those people who don't know, I do color ray energy natal charts or birth charts. They talk about the colors that were active when you were born. And the attributes of those particular colors affect you and influence you your entire life. It's very close to like astrology and how that works, where your birth signs will affect how you react to things. The natal chart covers four parts. It covers who you are in the world or your public face. It covers what motivates you when you're faced with a choice. It covers who you are when you think nobody's watching, or when you can just be your authentic, complete self with nobody keeping you from that. And it covers what you're here to do and what is your environmental situation. And I do these based on your birth name and birth date. And what they will tell you in this situation is all of those things that I mentioned, but it also will give you a way to ensure that the color rays that you're working with, like what you wear, what you eat, what you surround yourself with, they all have an influence, and being able to control those influences by selecting a color to focus on can be really powerful if that's what you're going for, or it can be really protective if that's what you're going for. So a natal chart, I think, is critical for everybody who's feeling kind of stuck in the grays.
now, would you say there's a color that or colors that one I don't want to use the word should, but that's the word I'm going to use. One should avoid wearing during the month of August?
No, no, I don't see that any are avoidable. Um, One of the things that I'm going to be listing in my coloricity group, and if people want to join, it's free to join, and we have all kinds of fun stuff in there. Um, I'm going to be posting a little mini blurb about what each of the colors is for or does, and also how to tell when you're out of alignment physically with those colors. And so, also, and if you're not wanting to join the Facebook group, if you just ping me, get in touch with me, I'll send you a PDF.
Nice. I like that. So now when you said in regards to colors that don't work for someone that's a disadvantage, like since I'm here with you and you know my birth information, what would be a color that would probably not be the best color for me to wear? If you can remember, I'm really getting her off guard today.
That's that's because you're missing your orange wall. Um,
Yes, I am.
and orange is about balance,
Yeah,
and if you're feeling off balance, that's, just think about some orange. Um,
yes. Oh, I do
now
have orange actually around
I
me.
don't have your report in front of me, but I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? You threw me. You
Yes, yes.
finally threw me.
Yes, it's okay. The question was exactly what you were just saying about before, in regards to when looking at someone's natal chart, that there are, based on their information on their natal chart, there are specific colors, a color that they may want to not wear based on a situation in their day. So I was just asking if there's a specific color based on my chart that would probably be not the best color for me to wear at this time.
Well, hang on a second. Let me pull one up here. Let's see. Here we go. Whoops. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, your expression is gold, your motivation's red, your secret self is rose, and your environment is indigo. So that tells me that probably, as opposed to something not to wear, I would bring in a little bit of green, because if your motivation is red, then you're going to be really focused on the physical part of things, what you can see, what you could do. Busy, 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 busy with the physical,
Yes, yes.
and that's kind of easy to overdo. And bringing a little bit of green in, either a green shirt, or some, not going overboard with a lot of it, but just
Hmm.
bringing it a little bit, because that is directly opposite of red, and that will calm that urge to always do the brute force reaction, knee
Yes.
jerk reaction. That'll calm that down a little bit.
I love that. I love that, and and that is perfect, especially for this past week. Kitty and I have been chatting a lot this week, and you know, as she's been pointing out, there's so much physical going on for me, especially since we just had this full moon in Aquarius. And for me, it was really about physical because I was doing this unpacking. There was so much movement going on that, yes, having green, and I do have a lot of, even though my walls are completely white, I do have lots of color that I'm bringing in, like floor mats and this thing and that thing. So, yeah, green will definitely be one of those colors that I'll definitely be putting into my plan.
Well, again, the fact that your walls are white are actually pretty good, because remember, white is the perfect balance of all colors.
Oh, look at that. So I should be completely balanced. I could walk on a tightrope and not fall off, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe not. Maybe
maybe.
not.
But it also depends on what else is around. For instance, you're wearing burgundy.
Yes.
Burgundy is a blend of rose, red, violet, and black. And so by wearing burgundy, you're actually pulling in, okay, the red for the brute force energy, the physical energy. It's the I am, but it's very self-contained.
Mm-hmm.
The rose is softening the red with the spiritual. So you're bringing the spiritual in to soften that red. The violet is the getting things done and getting things completed, looking at why is this happening, why is that happening, and digging deeper. And the black is protecting what's going in and what's coming out. And so you're kind of instinctively doing what you need to do, and most people do, but they're not aware of why they picked this color shirt today. I picked one that is, well, you can't tell on the camera, it looks kind of teal, but my shirt is mostly blue, like a peacock blue.
Mm.
And blue is all about communication and clarity of message. And I needed a little extra oomph because my life is a little unsettled right now. And
Yes.
so I wanted to make sure that what I was going to be talking to you with, I didn't get off track.
There you go. Makes sense. And that's a really great gateway into before our commercial break. Just to remind you all that are watching, if you are interested in finding out like what's the best color to wear for the particular day, for whatever it is you're looking to do for the day, this is a reason why you would definitely want to connect with Deborah to get that natal chart reading so you could better understand the colors that go with you and the colors that you may not necessarily want to be using. Because after all, every one of us wants to really be stepping into the best version of ourselves. And I do truly believe that Deborah can help in that category to bring us into balance. So again, Deborah, let everybody know how they can reach you.
They can reach me. My email is contact@createdlife.com, and that's createdlife.com. You can reach me on Facebook. I'll find my, friend me, reach out. You can join my coloricity group on Facebook. I'm creating another one on LinkedIn that'll mirror the two, and anything like that. And best thing is, I just started publishing a magazine, and I'll tell you all
you were going to say that. Yes, yes. And when we come back from our commercial break, I'm going to have Deborah share a little bit more about her magazine. So those of you who are interested in being a part of it, her next issue comes out in October. I believe that's the next one. So we're going to take that quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kitty Foss.
And I'm Amy J.
And we're Intuition of the Soul. We are a Facebook and YouTube group that has created a sacred spiritual place to look at your spiritual practices.
And there's too much to tell you about what we do, but let me tell you, we have weekly activities, we have monthly activities, and you are not going to want to miss our spiritual practitioner series. So join us on Intuition of the Soul.
Aloha.
Hey, my name is Rich Parsons, founder and chief editor of Your Success Magazine. At Your Success Magazine, we help entrepreneurs and business professionals increase their credibility, establish expert status, and expand their network. Your Success Magazine is a monthly publication shared with our group of subscribers, as well as on LinkedIn and Facebook, with plans to expand to other social media platforms in the coming months. We offer multiple opportunities to get involved as a contributor for Your Success Magazine. So I invite you to learn more about our magazine And you can do so by emailing info@yoursuccess.biz. Thank you.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I am here with my amazing guest, Deborah Beatty. We are in an amazing conversation. If you have just joined in, remember to share, like, and comment. And you can come back later and watch on the replay. You can watch on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, Facebook, and so many other platforms, but not to name them all. Anyway, as we were just chatting before we went to commercial break, we were chatting about Deborah's brand new baby that was just born just a little while ago. So, Deborah, share that little baby with us. Talk about that baby.
Oh, talk about my baby. Oh, heck yeah. In the middle of everything else that I'm doing, I suddenly got this clue by 4 between the eyes that said, you need to publish a magazine. And I went, oh, sure, in my copious spare time. And, but amazingly, it came together beautifully. I have articles in there from Joanne. I have an article in there from Kitty Foss, and I have an article in there from Ella. I can't pronounce your last name, Ella. I love you, but I can't. Maybe you can, Joanne.
Yeah, and she's a client of mine, and believe me when I say I can't either. So I'm not even going to try to mess that all up.
And so anyway, just know that we love you, Ella. But the biggest thing is every month it's going to be coming out quarterly. And what I really envision for it is a place for all things color. If you are an interior designer and you work with color, of course you do. If you want to say something about how to stage a room so that it's a certain way. If you're a feng shui practitioner, I know that color is very important to that. If you are somebody who works with the colors in chakras, I do not, but I know that you're out there. Reiki practitioners.
I would be one of me.
Fictional writers. I mean, I'm looking for fiction. I'm looking for artwork. I'm looking for all kinds of things, including advertising. And so if you're interested at all, I've been publishing copies of the premiere issue on Facebook and LinkedIn. If you follow my profile, you can find them. And if this looks like something you'd like to play with, I invite you to get in touch with me. And I will send you the submission guidelines. And if you'd like to be an advertiser, I can send you the advertising rates as well. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. I've been getting great feedback, and so I'm only looking at better things coming in.
Yes, and it was not just because I was one of the contributors, but it was an amazing magazine. The articles was so insightful. Those who participated, and again, those of you out there who are interested in sharing your wisdom, sharing everything you know about color, please reach out to Deborah, because again, I think it's a crime if you have such wisdom and you're not sharing it. And right now, it's an opportunity to get your work out there and share it with the world, as Deborah has this amazing opportunity for every one of us. And I'm hoping that down the road, she decides to take this from being an e-magazine to being an actual printed one, because I always love old magazines in my hands. So I'm rooting for that, Deborah.
That's definitely in the plans. Definitely. I do want to take it to a physical product. And the other thing is, as far just so that I can clarify this for the audience, there are so many people. I have been looking for the last 8 years for other people that do the color interpretation the way I do, and I have not found any. But what I have found are so many people who work with color frequencies and um, all sorts of specialties within the color world. And it just fascinates me. And there's no place for all of those people to gather and have conversations about color. And color
Yes,
is everywhere around us in our world. And it just learning more about it is just the best ever.
yes. And Deborah, I do want to remind you that, as you mentioned, that you have for the last 8 years been looking to find other people that does what you do. Again, not just for Deborah, but all of us. Every one of us is unique. There is no one out there, Deborah, like you that does what you do. You're the only one. That's why you are literally created. So what Deborah does, she's unique at it. She's authentic. There's nobody else out there that does it the way she does, which is what makes her so special. And that's just what it is for all of us. We all have that one special thing that we do that makes us stand out from somebody else. Yes, there's plenty of people that work with color, but not the way Deborah does. So please, please, if you have not had an opportunity to connect with Deborah, this is an opportunity to do just that. So you can get to learn about what she does and how she can help you really get to understand your colors to make you pop and make you be as magical as she is. So, Deborah, I want to come back to our title and ask you, based on today's title, which is Living in a Gray Scale World. Do you have anything more you want to share about that topic before I go ahead and give you a card reading? Because you already shared a tip earlier. So, you have any more you want to share about our title for today?
Yeah. Okay. I want to give a practical tip besides going outside and paying attention, or inside and paying attention to your world and getting really, really present to what's going on. The other thing that you can do, and if you feel like you're struggling, or there's just too much the same, and you don't feel happiness, you don't feel excitement, you're just kind of meh. One other thing that you can do is take a blank sheet of paper, fold it in three lengthwise so that you have three columns. You can also draw them. Now, there is a link between physically writing things down and the brain, in the limbic system in the brain. So you can do this on a computer, but it's not going to be as effective. Better to have it with, paper and pencil, pen or whatever. And get your favorite pen. I mean, this is supposed to be a really cool exercise. And what you want to do is, in those three columns. Yep.
That actually has blue, I think blue lapis in it as crystals. Interesting.
Nice.
Yes. Go ahead as I interrupt.
That's okay. And what you're going to do is, in the first column, you're going to write down everything that you do that absolutely is the best thing ever that you've ever done. And write the word love on the top of that column. And these are the things that fire you up, give you enjoyment. I don't care whether you're doing them now or you want to do them. If you have any experience, well, not really want to do them, if you need to have experience doing these things for this particular purpose. So write down all the things that you love to do, the things that you would do even if nobody paid you to do them. You just love them. The next column, you're going to write down like. These are the things that you would you'll do. I mean, you've done them and you do them well and they're okay, but they really don't excite you like the other. They're just kind of, yeah, I'll do them if people make it worth my time. And the last column is, oh hell no, ain't doing that no more. And you write down the things that you never want to do again. And I know that, you never want to say never, but, and try and write them down as positively as you can. Like, instead of saying, I don't want to do something, remember the universe doesn't hear no. And so if you say, I don't want, universe hears I want, and guess what you get? So be cautious about that. But write these things down and look at that. I call it an inventory. And look at all of the things that you treasure. Look at all of the things that make you happy. And reading those out loud, how does that make you feel? Does that give you a little tingle? Does it, oh yeah, I really like to do that kind of an effect? And that, that's one way to start encouraging the red within you, because red is the I am energy, it's the passion, it's the creating, that sort of thing. And the other thing that you can do in that is wear red, consume red, have a glass of tomato juice, for crying out loud, and get some in.
And it's so interesting. She says tomato juice, because again, when we talk about that red energy, it's also that root energy too, which helps to ground us as well. So thank you, Deborah, for that amazing, amazing tip. I know I'm gonna work with that project a little bit. So as you can see, I have my cards in my hand. What I'd like for you to do, I'm sure you're open to receive some insight today.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I got my cards too. So
what's that?
I said I have my cards too.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. So what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in, and I'm going to give you what the universe has in store for you for today.
Yes, please.
Okay. And that card that wants to fall out, you can open your eyes. It's Old Soul. Old Soul. When we think about that old soul, it's reminding you that you are an old soul. You've been here before. It's also reminding you that the version of who you were before, you are transforming like everybody is. It's important that yellow energy, so it's important to trust your journey. It's important to trust that everything that you are presenting, everything that's showing up, everything that you are creating is exactly how it needs to be for right now. There's nothing that you are doing that is not going to bring abundance in. Everything is going to bring abundance in, which matches that number 8. It's perfectly aligned with the abundance, harmony, success, fame. So continue doing what you are doing, trust. And if there's anything that is blocking you from believing that you are exactly where you need to be, perfectly aligned, just sit down and connect with an old soul that's crossed over to bring you that guidance of confirmation. That is your card for today. That is your message for today. So work on that yellow energy, just to bring it up and just know your brilliance. So with all that being said, does that resonate with you?
Oh yeah, definitely. In my coloricity system, yellow is the visionary. This is the creative, the one that the multitasker and the creator. This is the creativity energy.
I love that. Excellent. So Deborah, we are at our final time together. Let everybody know how they can reach you, so they can reach you for those natal charts, because I'm sure everybody wants one.
If you want a natal chart, you can always order them from my website. I've got a shopping cart there that you can do that. You can get in touch with me on Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm on most social media, but my email is contact@createdlife.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Deborah, for being with us today. And Deborah will be back. I don't have the date in front of me, but she will be back. Her and I will be chatting again in September. So just look for that invitation to come join us back here again. Until then, we'll be taking a commercial break, and I'm going to come back with the conclusion of today's show. Deborah, thank you again for being here and sharing your wisdom with us.
You are entirely welcome. And Thank you, everybody, for listening. I look forward to connecting with any of you.
Perfect. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome. I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck, and the founder of Holistic Fitness located in Queens. I work with women, men by referral, over 40, release weight, physically, mentally, emotionally, and psychologically, relating to their childhood and past life traumas associated with their Chiron womb. When clients work with me, they fall in love with the body that they are in and gain the confidence to be seen and heard and ready to walk away from their job and fully step into their soul's contract. To learn more about your Chiron moon and your soul's contract, redeem your complimentary 15-minute self-growth discovery session today by emailing healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to helping you blend the physical and mystical world together and working with the mystical medicine tools to help you heal from within. Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. From those of you who are just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. Please come back and watch the show again if you are just tuning in. But please do me a favor and share, like, and comment on today. You can comment by just saying hi since you're just popping in. We are at the very end of the show. It was an amazing show. Our title today was all about living in the grayscale world. And we definitely want to come out of that grayscale and move into some more color. So come back and watch. With that being said, a lot of my partners have so much to offer every one of you. They have promos going on. There is a flyer for everything that I'm going to be chatting about very quickly. There's a flyer, ladies over 40 at a crossroad. Feel free to contact me for some information about how to come away from that crossroad. Then we also have James, our Hawaiian healer. He's offering 30-minute free sessions, so please connect with him. The Badass Color Mystic, who is our guest today, Deborah Beatty. The Author's Porch magazine and podcast. Divine Manifesting course. Then you also have Your Success magazine by Rich Parsons. Last but not least, Intuition of the Soul. There you have it. All our amazing partners have something for you in mind. So please connect with them if there's anything that you wish to connect with them for. And I do want to thank you all so much who are with me today, watching live with us, leaving your comments, your questions. I'll come back if there are questions. And note that our next episode takes place on August 20th with James, our Hawaiian healer. You definitely want to come back on that particular day because we will be having a healing demonstration for that date. And you'll get to see what it is he was chatting about with us when he was on the show in July. All that being said, enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, bye-bye for now. Remember, Lionsgate activation takes place on 8/8. So get ready to activate. Bye-bye for now.